Alright, welcome to PreciseAlgorithmTrading.com. It's Tuesday, February 27th, 2024. We're going to do a quick video tonight. Our automated trading systems today, this is the Dow futures, and maybe we've stopped going down here for a little bit. We'll have to wait and see if when this thing pops back up again. We've had really a lot of small trades, small, relatively small losers and winners. Unfortunately, this run right there was pretty rough. But today's trades, starting to level out a little bit. So our Russell trades, we're still pulling back a little bit. Still haven't been able to get all my old data back, but that's okay. The math is the same. This just doesn't look as good, and I can't get it stretched out any further than whatever that is, 6 months, I guess. And these are our trades for just the one trade today. So one loser. It's been a theme lately. But the the Nasdaq here is popping back up again. So hopefully we can break this, downtrend. And this is our equity. So our equity's been in a downtrend. And today's trades, more winners than losers. So that actually I think made up for all the others. So, which is a good thing. So, yesterday was a rough day, and today is starting to pull back a little bit to the good. So, we'll have to see where we shake out. Going to the index charts, I'm just going to buzz through these real quick. The S&P 500 was up 8.65 points today. This is showing tomorrow's action. The candle is red, and we are down a little bit overnight. Doesn't mean anything, at least not yet. I'm not showing the overnight action in the hourly chart, so you don't really see that. And the Russell, we actually are popping nicely here. I drew these extra triangles in, and they should be continuation patterns. And the first one broke up, and you can see it stopped at the second one. So hopefully we get a continuation. We can break higher, and I'm going to take these, remove that. That 1272 extension was on there from a long time ago. I actually think we're going to have to zoom out here a little bit. I have no idea where I guess I'm not showing it on this chart. The 52-week high, I don't know where it is. I'll have to maybe put that on these charts. It's a good thing to know, just because I'd like to know where we are relative to the yearly high, so, or the high from last year. So, anyways, that breakout from here, we should eventually see what I think is going to be a decent breakout from here. So this is an impulse wave up, and we've got some back and forth. We should get another impulse wave, I would think, at some point here. And the Russell today was up 27 points, or 1.34%. So it was again, I've talked about the Russell. If it leads to the upside and the downside, so the fact that it's leading to the upside right now is pretty bullish for the markets. The Dow here, we're a little bit of a pullback. The Dow went down 96 points today, and it's a down 39 overnight. Doesn't mean a whole lot. We are in an uptrend on the hourly chart. Although if we extend this to the right, you can see we came right up to that line, and we're at least pulled back to the mean of this channel that I've got drawn here, which is actually it's a wedge. It's almost a channel, but it's really kind of converging on itself. Really nothing to be gleaned from that. Still bullish, just not near as bullish as it was when it was really coming up here. It's still the 30 period moving average is still going up, or else it wouldn't be green. The Nasdaq, it's also consolidating, and I think it's doing some buildup right before, underneath this old resistance, and which this resistance is still being resistance, but hopefully we can break out through that resistance and it can become new support. The Nasdaq today was up 59 points. But you can see things are starting to level off pretty good in a lot of these indexes. Something I haven't shown on here before, and I'll do it right real quick. You can actually add these symbols together, and this is a symbol where I not a symbol, but I put together the ES, and you just put a plus sign in between them. The ES plus the RTY plus the NQ plus the YM, and this is a chart of all of those added together. Now, you can't trade this, but it gives you an indication of what the overall market is doing. And if you pair this with, let's say, the bullish percent index of the NYA, it's just a better overall picture. And you can see here that we have done a breakout if you add them all together, and we've done a pullback here. So the fact that we've broken out and we're putting in a higher low, we should just move on to a higher high. And it's not a coincidence that it broke out and it's pulled back to the same level as this old resistance area right in here, and that should become new support. If you can't see that, well, it's where I have this crosshair coming across. Okay. Hopefully that is clear. Let's go to oil, which is also doing its own little build up here, and hopefully it's consolidating before it continues to break out higher. We'll look at the USO that went up for 1.46% today. Again, I've got a target on this, an expectation that it's going to get up here in this neighborhood of around $80. And that if it literally gets to like 79-ish, then I'll probably consider at least taking partial profit there. In the meantime, I talked about this last weekend. When this was pulling back, I did pull up my stop, and it never took it out. So that's kind of how it's pretty cool how the 30 period moving average works when it's especially coupled with the weekly chart and its 30 period moving average also being, if you're doing a bullish trade and you want to be in a bullish weekly chart, and if you're doing a bearish trade, you want to be in a bearish weekly chart. And that was oil. Let's look at gold. Again, nothing really to write home about here. I'm going to put in /GC. That's the futures for gold. And it's got to find it real quick. So yeah, that's a rough chart to trade right now, if you ask me. Okay, that's all that. Let's flip over to stockcharts.com and look at the bullish percent indexes real quick. The industrials didn't move today. The NYA up 1.14%. The transports didn't move. The NASDAQ up 1.31%. The S&P 500 didn't move. The S&P 100 didn't move. And the NASDAQ 100 didn't move. So there's still some more bullishness under the hood than it looks like bearishness to me, even though we're in some columns of O's. And we'll just continue to hold on tight here. Until next time, guys, good trading and have a great night.